Chapter 3, Part D.
From How to Tell Stories to Children and Some Stories to Tell by Sarah Cohn Bryant. Read for LibriVox.org by Sean McGahey. The Red Thread of Courage. See also The Red Thread of Honor by Sir Francis Doyle in Lyra Heroica. The story which I am going to tell you is a true one. It happened while the English troops in India were fighting against some of the native tribes. The natives who were making trouble were people from the hill country, called hillsmen, and they were strong enemies. The English knew very little about them except their courage, but they had noticed one peculiar custom after certain battles. The hillsmen had a way of marking the bodies of their greatest chiefs who were killed in battle by binding a red thread about the wrist. This was the highest tribute they could pay a hero. The English, however, found the common men of them quite enough to handle, for they had proved themselves good fighters and clever at ambushes. One day, a small body of the English had marched a long way into the hill country after the enemy, and in the afternoon they found themselves in a part of the country strange even to the guides. The men moved forward very slowly and cautiously for fear of an ambush. The trail led into a narrow valley with very steep, high, rocky sides, topped with woods in which the enemy might easily hide. Here the soldiers were ordered to advance more quickly, though with caution to get out of the dangerous place. After a little, they came suddenly to a place where the passage was divided in two by a big three-cornered boulder, which seemed to rise from the midst of the valley. The main line of men kept to the right to save crowding the path. A sergeant and 11 men took to the left, meaning to go round the rock and meet the rest beyond it. They had been in the path only a few minutes when they saw that the rock was not a single boulder at all, but an arm of the left wall of the valley, and that they were marching into a deep ravine with no outlet except the way they came. Both sides were sheer rock, almost perpendicular, with thick trees at the top. In front of them, the ground rose in a steep hill, bare of woods. As they looked up, they saw that the top was barricaded by the trunks of trees and guarded by a strong body of hillsmen. As the English hesitated, looking at this, a shower of spears fell from the wood's edge, aimed by hidden foes. The place was a death trap. At this moment their danger was seen by the officer in command of the main body, and he signaled to the sergeant to retreat. By some terrible mischance, the signal was misunderstood. The men took it for a signal to charge. Without a moment's pause, straight up the slope they charged on the run, cheering as they ran. Some were killed by the spears that were thrown from the cliffs before they had gone halfway. Some were stabbed as they reached the crest and hurled backward from the precipice. 2 or 3 got to the top and fought hand to hand with the hillsmen. They were outnumbered 7 to 1, but when the last of the English soldiers lay dead, twice their number of hillsmen lay dead around them. When the relief party reached the spot later in the day, they found the bodies of their comrades, full of wounds, huddled over and in the barricade or crushed on the rocks below. They were mutilated and battered, and bore every sign of the terrible struggle, but round both wrists of every British soldier was bound the red thread. The hillsmen had paid greater honor to their heroic foes than to the bravest of their own brave dead. End of The Red Thread of Courage. This recording is in the public domain.